Introducing the African Diaspora News Channel app, your gateway to stories that's overlooked by the corporate mainstream media.
And we serve as the voice to the global Black community.
Here we got Dr. Candace Matthews.
A lot of these documents, looking at.
We are committed to informing and educating through the power of media.
This country is supposed to be about the land of the free for all. It has not been free for Black people, and we are tired.
With our platform, we're helping to end injustice by exposing it.
Join us in standing for excellence in journalism and serving our community. Download the African Diaspora News app today.
Dumelang Afsheni Iralocha Sanbonani Mulueni. Hello everyone, my name is Naledi Mfoloe and it is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to the latest edition of the African Diaspora News channel, where we unravel the stories that shape our world and our communities. Now, we reflect on a sobering reality in South Africa. Despite the end of apartheid, the economic divide remains alarmingly persistent. White individuals in South Africa is still in control over 2/3 of the nation's wealth, despite representing less than 10% of the population. Now, this stark disparity is a painful reminder of the systemic issues that persist even decades after apartheid. Now, this economic imbalance is reminiscent of what anti-apartheid icon Steve Biko warned about 50 years ago. Now, Biko, who was a fierce advocate for justice and equality, highlighted the danger of entrenched racist economic structures that, if not dismantled, would perpetuate inequality. Now, his vision for economic reform was bold, calling for a combination of state and private enterprise to rectify these imbalances. Now, Biko proposed that the government take control of strategic industries such as mining, forestry, and manage land ownership to actually benefit the broader population. This approach aims to address the entrenched economic inequalities and actually empower those historically marginalized. But however, his vision has not been fully realized. Today, it is estimated that just 3,500 individuals actually control 15% of South Africa's total wealth. Now, it's a figure that illustrates the persistence of economic disparity till this day. Let's have a look.
Yes, I think there is no running away from the fact now that in South Africa there is such an ill distribution of wealth that any form of political freedom which does not touch on the distribution of proper distribution of wealth will be meaningless. The whites have locked up within a small minority of themselves the greater proportion of the country's wealth. And if we have a mere change of face of those in governing positions, what is likely to happen is that Black people will continue to be poor, and you will get a few blacks filtering through into the so-called bourgeoisie, and our society will be run almost as of yesterday. So that for meaningful change to occur, there needs to be an attempt at reorganizing the whole economic pattern and economic policies within this particular country. PPC believes in a judicious blending of private enterprise, which is highly diminished, and state participation in industry and commerce, especially on industries like mining, gold, diamond, asbestos, and so on, like forestry, and of course complete ownership of land. Now, in that kind of judicious blending of the two systems, we hope to arrive at a more equitable distribution of wealth.
Now, Steve Biko insights into economic injustice were as profound as they were prophetic. His call for systemic change remains relevant today. The enduring wealth gap between the racial groups in South Africa is not merely stats, but it is a testament to the failure to implement effective changes that could have altered the country's economic landscape. Now, Biko's legacy is more than just his tragic death. His activism, which included founding the South African Students' Organization and the Black Consciousness Movement, laid the groundwork for transformative approach to addressing racial inequalities. Now, his ideas for economic change, though never fully implemented, were a blueprint for a more equitable society, if you ask me. Now, as we mark what would have been Steve Biko's 77th birthday, I think it's crucial to revisit his proposals and assess their relevance in today's context. His vision of a South Africa where wealth is more evenly distributed and managed for the benefit of all its people remains a powerful and unfulfilled aspiration. Now, the current economic landscape suggests that while political changes have changed or occurred, fundamental economic changes are still necessary to address the deep-rooted disparities. Now, the failure to adopt Biko's recommendation, which is such as state control over key industries and land redistribution, actually continues to perpetuate a cycle of inequalities that undermines the promise of a fair and just society. Now, as we honor Biko's legacy, I believe it is a moment to question why his vision remains unfulfilled and to actually advocate for meaningful change that aligns with his principles. Now, the challenge now is not to mobilize political will and public support to address these enduring issues. It is ensuring that the vision of a prosperous, equitable South Africa is not just a historical aspiration, but actually a contemporary reality. Now, we invite you to join in on this conversation and actually engage in the comment section. What do you think of this statement by Steve Biko? And while you're at it, please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That's it from me till we meet again.